Let's begin by recognizing something fundamental. Growth is not just a nice to have, it's a necessity. Every single one of us at some point faces the moment where we need to transition. We need to move from one stage of life to another. For many of us, that transition is the shift from being a boy, immature, hesitant, full of excuses, into being a man who takes charge, who embraces challenges, and who steps up when life demands it. You see, staying a boy is easy. The boy lives in a world where things are taken care of for him, where he can shy away from responsibilities and where fear is a constant companion. But here's the truth. That boy cannot survive in the real world. That boy is not equipped to handle the pressure, the competition, the real trials that life throws at us. The boy is a child in a man's world, and it's time for him to grow up. Now I want you to think about your own life. Where are you still holding on to that boy? Maybe it's in the way you avoid tough conversations, how you delay decisions because you're afraid of making the wrong one, or how you give up too soon because it's hard. Those are the actions of a boy, not a man. And recognizing that is the first step toward growth. Growth requires us to leave that boy behind. It requires us to look in the mirror and say, I am ready for more. It's about realizing that while the boy might have gotten you to this point, he is not the one who will take you further. The boy's tools, fear, avoidance, excuses no longer serve you. They were crutches, and it's time to let them go. But let me tell you something crucial. Growth isn't comfortable. It's messy, it's painful. But it's in that pain, in that discomfort that the man is forged. It's in the moments when you're pushed to your limits and you want to quit but don't, that you grow. And that growth, that's what will transform you into the man you're meant to be. My friends, recognize the need for growth. Recognize that the boy must die for the man to be born. This is not just about maturity. It's about stepping into your destiny. It's about becoming the person who doesn't just survive but thrives. And when you make that shift, when you choose growth, everything in your life changes. Let's make that choice today. Fear. Fear is that little voice in your head that whispers, you can't do this, you're not good enough, or what if you fail? It's that constant companion that makes you second guess yourself, that keeps you stuck in your comfort zone, and that boy within you listens to it because it feels safe there. But let me tell you something. Staying in that comfort zone, allowing fear to dictate your choices, will never lead you to the life you want. Fear is natural. It's part of our human experience, designed to protect us from danger, but the problem is the fear we experience today isn't always about life-threatening situations. It's about things like failing in front of others, making a wrong decision, or stepping into the unknown. These fears are not physical threats. They are emotional barriers that stop us from growing. You see, the boy hears fear and retreats. He thinks, better to stay here where it's safe and familiar. But the man hears fear and leans in. The man understands that fear is just a signal that you're on the brink of something new, something transformative. It's a sign that you're stepping out of your comfort zone, and that's exactly where you need to be if you want to grow. I want you to ask yourself right now, what are you afraid of? What's that one thing that keeps holding you back? Maybe it's the fear of failure, or perhaps it's the fear of success and the responsibilities that come with it. Maybe you're afraid of being judged or making a mistake. Whatever it is, I want you to bring that fear to the surface, face it head on, and realize that it's not as powerful as it seems. Because here's the truth. Fear is a liar. It makes you believe that you're not capable, that you're not strong enough, that you're not ready, but you are. You're more than capable, stronger than you think, and you've been ready longer than you realize. The only thing standing between you and the life you want is the boy who listens to fear. It's time to silence that voice and take the first step. When you face fear, you diminish its power. Every time you act, despite feeling afraid, you grow stronger. The boy inside you fades and the man emerges. And let me tell you, that man, he's unstoppable. So the fear is that once you get over that fear of failure, or you hold yourself accountable, the process of growth and that process of improve your life, it's time to make fear your ally, not your enemy. It's time to rise above it and take control of your destiny. It is face it, own it, conquer it. Responsibility is a word that can feel heavy, like a burden we don't want to carry. The boy in us sees responsibility and runs the other way. He thinks, that's not my job, or why should I have to do that? But here's the truth. Avoiding responsibility is the surest way to stay small, to stay stuck, to stay in that boyhood state. The man, on the other hand, sees responsibility for what it truly is, an opportunity. It's a chance to grow, to lead, to create a life that's meaningful and fulfilling. The man understands that taking ownership of his life is not a burden, it's a privilege. It's the key to unlocking his potential and shaping his future. You see, when you take responsibility, you take control. You stop blaming others for your circumstances and you stop waiting for someone else to fix things for you. The boy blames, the boy complains, the boy waits. The man takes action. He steps up and says, this is my life and I'm going to make it what I want it to be. Taking responsibility doesn't mean you won't make mistakes. You will. We all do. But the difference is that the man owns those mistakes. He learns from them, grows from them, and becomes stronger because of them. The boy, on the other hand, avoids mistakes at all costs. He's so afraid of getting it wrong that he doesn't even try. But in doing so, he misses out on the growth that comes from stepping up and taking charge. So what does this look like in your life? It means being honest with yourself about where you're falling short. It means looking at the areas where you've been blaming others or making excuses and saying no more. It means deciding right now that you're going to take full ownership of your actions, your choices, and your future. It means influencing the lives of people around you. Responsibility is not about perfection. It's about progress. It's about showing up every day, doing your best, and being accountable for the results. And when you do that, when you fully embrace responsibility, something incredible happens. You empower yourself. You become the architect of your own destiny, the leader of your own life. The boy avoids responsibility because he sees it as a burden. The man embraces it because he knows it's the path to freedom and success. It's time to take that path. It's time to step up and own your life. Let's dive into courage and resilience. These two qualities are the backbone of becoming the man you're destined to be. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's action in the face of it. It's the ability to stand up even when every part of you wants to sit down, to keep going when the path ahead looks uncertain or tough. Resilience, on the other hand, is the power to bounce back after life knocks you down. It's the refusal to stay defeated, the will to rise and try again, no matter how many times you fall. End quote. The boy in us lacks courage. He's the part that shrinks back when things get hard, the part that avoids challenges because they seem too big, too overwhelming. He prefers the easy road, the path of least resistance, because it feels safer. But here's the truth. That path leads nowhere. It's a dead end. Real growth, real achievement happens on the challenging path, the one that requires courage to walk and resilience to keep moving forward. Now, I want you to think about the last time you faced a tough challenge. Maybe it was a personal setback, a professional failure, or a goal that seemed just out of reach. How did you respond? Did you let fear dictate your actions? Did you give up when things got hard? If so, that was the boy in you taking over. But now we're going to change that narrative. Courage is about stepping up in those moments, even when it's uncomfortable, even when the odds seem stacked against you. It's about saying, I may not have all the answers, but I'm willing to try. It's about facing the fear of failure head on and deciding that moving forward is more important than staying safe. Resilience comes into play when things don't go as planned, which they often won't. The boy sees failure as the end, as a reason to quit. The man sees failure as a lesson, as feedback that helps him grow stronger. The man knows that every setback is a setup for a comeback. That resilience is built in those moments when you refuse to give up, when you stand back up after falling. Courage and resilience are muscles. The more you use them, the stronger they get. And the stronger they get, the more unstoppable you become. So today, let's commit to building those muscles. Let's commit to facing our fears with courage and meeting our challenges with resilience, because that's what it takes to kill the boy and let the man be born. Step up, stand tall, and move forward. The man within you is ready. Let's talk about discipline and focus. These are the cornerstones of success, the attributes that separate the dreamers from the achievers. The boy inside us struggles with discipline. He wants instant gratification, seeks comfort, and gets easily distracted by the shiny objects that life throws his way. But discipline and focus are what turn aspirations into reality, what transforms fleeting desires into enduring success. Discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it. It's waking up early to work on your goals even when your body wants to sleep a little longer. It's choosing the hard path of consistent effort over the easy path of procrastination. The boy makes decisions based on what feels good in the moment. The man makes decisions based on what will get him closer to his goals, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's hard. Focus, on the other hand, is about keeping your eyes on the prize, not getting sidetracked by distractions or obstacles. In today's world where we're bombarded with endless information, staying focused is more challenging than ever, but it's also more critical. The boy is easily distracted, hopping from one thing to another, never really committing, never seeing things through to the end. The man knows what he wants, locks in on it, and stays the course. When you combine discipline with focus, you create a powerful force. Discipline keeps you moving forward, doing the work day in and day out. Focus ensures that your energy is directed toward what truly matters. Together, they make you unstoppable. Think about the most successful people in any field. They didn't get there by chance. They got there by being disciplined in their actions and laser focused on their goals. They didn't let distractions pull them away from their path. They didn't let temporary setbacks derail their progress. They stayed the course, even when it was tough, even when it was tempting to quit. Now imagine what your life could look like if you fully embraced discipline and focus. Imagine what you could achieve if you committed to consistent, focused effort every single day. The boy in you will resist, telling you it's too hard, too boring, too much. But the man knows that this is the price of greatness. That discipline and focus are not restrictions, they are liberations, freeing you from the chaos of indecision and the trap of mediocrity, further inspiring you to become a better version of yourself, and the trap of mediocrity. Today, decide to cultivate discipline and focus. Decide to show up for your goals, not just when it's easy, but especially when it's hard. Because when you master these qualities, you'll unlock a level of success and fulfillment that the boy can only dream of. And finally, the goal will come to you. It's about time you took the first step. Commit to the process, and the results will take care of themselves. Let's talk about transformation and leadership. This is where everything comes together, where the boy fades away and the man steps into his rightful place. Transformation isn't just about changing how you act. It's about changing who you are at your core. It's about becoming the person who doesn't just live life, but leads it, who doesn't just react to circumstances, but creates them. The boy is passive. He waits for things to happen, for life to hand him what he thinks he deserves. But life doesn't work that way. If you want something, you have to go out and get it. You have to become a leader in your own life. The man knows this. He knows that leadership starts from within, that before you can lead others, you must first lead yourself. Leadership is about setting the standard. It's about holding yourself to a higher level of accountability, about pushing yourself to be better every single day. The boy shies away from this because it's hard, it's uncomfortable, but the man embraces it because he knows that the only way to create lasting change, to transform not just his life, but the lives of those around him, is to step up and lead. Think about the people you admire most. They're not just successful in their own right. They inspire others. They lift others up. They create a ripple effect that goes far beyond themselves. That's what real leadership looks like. And that's what happens when you kill the boy and let the man be born. When you commit to your transformation, you become a beacon of possibility. You show others what's possible when you take control of your life, when you stop making excuses, and when you start making things happen. This is about more than just you. It's about the impact you can have on your family, your community, and even the world. To learn more, leadership is not about being perfect. It's about being real. It's about showing up authentically, owning your strengths and your weaknesses, and leading by example. The man understands that true leadership comes from the heart, from a place of integrity and purpose. So I want you to think about the kind of leader you want to be, the kind of legacy you want to leave behind. Are you ready to stop waiting and start creating? Are you ready to transform into the leader you were born to be? Because when you step into that role, when you fully embrace your power to lead, the boy is gone and the man is born. Lead your life, be the example, transform the world around you.